Hello everyone. Now we will continue our learning on simple reservoir simulation with MBAL software. Okay, so we are now inside the MBAL, and in this case we will construct a gas reservoir. Previously we learned many things about oil reservoir. Now we will learn about gas reservoir, and we will have gas injector also in addition to gas producers. Okay, so let's go ahead. Go to tool, material balance, and then go to options, reservoir fluid gas, and then tank model single tank, abnormally pressure no, production history by tank, compositional model none. As usual, you can provide user information, company, field, location, platform, analyst, user comments. Okay, all right. And then click done. Go to PVT, fluid properties. Okay, so we will provide this window with gas properties, gas gravity, for example, 0.78, specific gravity, and then the separator pressure at which the measurement, the gas properties measurement is done. Okay, so the testing, the measurement is conducted at reservoir or at separator pressure of 200 psig, and then condensate to gas ratio, CGR, condensate per gas ratio, and the unit is stock tank barrel of condensate per million standard cubic foot of gas, all right, STB per MMSCF. The ratio is none, so we don't have condensate here. Condensate gravity, although it's 0, we still need to provide with data. So yeah, let's say 42. Water salinity, 10,000 ppm. And then no H2S, 0, no CO2, 0, no nitrogen, 0. Clear at all for gas viscosity modeling. And let's say I don't have any laboratory data. Okay, I don't know the pressure, Z factor, gas formation volume factor, gas viscosity. I don't know. I haven't done any laboratory testing, okay, for these properties. So I will rely on correlation. I will not perform PVT matching. I will rely totally on the available correlation. Okay, so we will leave it blank. That might be the case on the field. We don't have PVT data. We just have these parameters. We can still perform simulation. Okay, so don't be desperate if you have no PVT data. We still have hope. At least we can provide with these numbers. And for gas viscosity, we will select Lee et al. Okay, because we haven't done any matching, so we will not tick this use matching. Okay, it will be deactivated. That's okay. Click done. Now we will go to input, or we can double click here, tank one. Okay, so the properties of this gas reservoir, name tank one, or can also gas reservoir, temperature 250 degrees Fahrenheit with initial reservoir pressure of 5,500, okay, quite high. And then the porosity 0.2, Connaught water saturation 0.2, water compressibility 3 times 10 to the power of -6. Original gas in place. Let's say I know, okay? Let's say I know, and it is huge, 200,000, okay, let's say MMSCF, okay? So it's TCF in numbers, trillion standard cubic feet, okay? And then let's say for the production, January 1st, 2022, okay? And we will check the context, okay? So we need to know the change of gas water contact. Okay, gas water contact. We don't have condensate, we don't have oil, we only have gas and water. And I want to know the increase or the movement of the gas water contact. Okay, all right. Let's say I know the dimension, the description, the geometry of my aquifer. I will model the aquifer with Hurst van Everdingen method, modified radial aquifer, and then reservoir thickness, for example, 100 feet, the thickness of my reservoir, and the radius of my reservoir with outer inner radius ratio. So the ratio of the radius of the aquifer and the reservoir. Outer means the aquifer, of course, the radial aquifer, and the inner is the gas reservoir. Okay, and then it is 5. Okay, I will put 5 here as per default with encroachment angle 180 degrees. And let's say the aquifer permeability is low, only 2 millidarcies. Okay, and then for rock compressibility, we will use correlation. Rock compaction, we will leave it as it is. We will not consider rock compaction. And pore volume versus depth, this is important if we want to monitor the movement of the gas water contact. And this is the node, pore volume definition. Pore volume is 0 at the top of the reservoir, and pore volume is 1 at the original gas water contact. So the depth of my top of reservoir is at 9,750 feet TVD through vertical depth, and then 50% of the pore volume at 11,000 feet, and 100% of the pore volume is at the gas water contact. It is at 12,000 feet. Okay, and then relative permeability, Corey function. Okay, if you select tables, then you will need to provide with more detailed like this one, but I prefer Corey functions to make my life simpler. Saturation, residual saturation for water, 0.2, like what I input in Conat water saturation, right? Whereas for gas, it is 0. And the endpoint or the maximum water relative permeability, 0.6, whereas for gas, it is 0.8. And the exponent is 1, so it will be linear. And if you want to check, you just plot. Okay. Okay. So yeah, the red line is for gas. So it is gas relative permeability versus phase saturation, or for gas, so it is gas saturation. And for KRW versus water saturation, the black line. Okay, you can also plot like this. So I will plot against water saturation. So it will be KRW versus water saturation and KRG versus water saturation. Okay, close. And let's say water sweep efficiency 90%, just in case. Okay, production history, I will assume this is a virgin gas reservoir, no production. So it's still virgin, no production, no injection. So no need to provide production data. I don't have production data, right? So no need for history matching. We just put the well, drill the well, and then forecast the production. It is a bit easier. So click done, or can also validate. Done. Okay, so this is our gas reservoir. We don't have production history. So if you open the history matching, everything will be deactivated, will be inactive, will be, yeah, you cannot enter each of this section because we don't have production history, so we cannot do history matching. So we go directly to production prediction setup.